Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you well from wherever you're watching this channel. RAILA has decided to turn his guns on the courts because he seems to be believing that the courts could be going to bed with the executive to frustrate the opposition or to frustrate Azimio. This debate of Nadco, I didn't want to, delve much on it, sake for what RAILA said over the weekend, because RAILA said that he suspects that the courts are going to bed with the executive. He sees something sinister in what the High Courts did as far as the Nadco is concerned. So I want us to go deeper into the statement by RAILA Amolo Odinga. But before you do that, let me encourage you please to take one of your seconds, go below there and like this video, the button with a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. That is the only way you get to support our work. So those who supported us before, thank you so much for your support. Despite the fact that RAILA didn't want to delve on this matter of Nadco, as being the head of Azimio, he had to delve into it. Kalonzo has been threatening a lot. Even over the weekend, he talked about return to street protests. Because, of course, that this Nadco baby is as a result of the demonstrations which took place. We also understand that in Azimio, the leaders are not on the same page. There are leaders who are opposing the Nadco, saying that the Nadco report did not address the high cost of living. There are leaders who are pro-Nadco. So leaders who are pro-Nadco are the ones like Kalonzo, RAILA, despite the fact that RAILA did not agree to this report 100%, but he said, better have a loaf than none. But Martha Karua, Eugene Wamalwa and Kioni, they issued their dissent. They did not agree with the report and say that that report did not meet the will of the people. So, where does this story leave RAILA Amolo Odinga and the team? RAILA, of course, is treading on very slippery ground here because he knows very well that if he fights the government now, calls for demonstration, a thing that Kalonzo has pronounced, it will cost his chances of the AUC. The picture that other presidents will have of him will be a bit different, despite the fact that we know that RAILA Amolo Odinga is fighting a just cause. But the imagination of other leaders, and maybe William RUTO might want to rally those other leaders not to vote for him in the AUC. So RAILA is caught between a rock and a hard place. So he has to tread carefully. So that's why you find that despite the fact that he knows very well that the executive and the courts are going to bed with each other, he still had to issue that statement, in a very soft way. But the statement that Kalonzo issued over the weekend, for those who listened to the words, Kalonzo was bold enough to say they will be forced to return to demonstrations. In fact, he went to an extent of saying that, in fact, there are demonstrations at the moment. So, if perhaps you had not watched that segment of Kalonzo making those statements, please feel free to watch this video.
Nia yao ni kujaribu wakimbize mambo yao, iwe ni Kenya kwanza peke yao, ambao watakaounda tume mpya ya IEBC. Hilo halikubaliki. Na kama wataendelea na hiyo route, bila shaka tutajua kwamba wameamua kurig elections hata kabla yenyewe kufanyika.
If those efforts are going to be thrown out through this nefarious scheme by the Kenya Kwanza government, then they better be prepared for the consequences. This is the clear message we want to give to Kenya Kwanza.
Yes, very well, ladies and gentlemen. That is what Kalonzo said over the weekend. Now, if the executive and the courts are going to bed with one another, then could it be that William Ruto was not interested in this Nadco document? Perhaps he realized that the only way to cool down Raila Amolo Odinga is to agree to a talk, and then once they have agreed to a talk, they will support the document, but the document will suffer a court, a petition in court. So probably someone within the Kenya Kwanza will sponsor a petition. That is why I keep maintaining that I suspect maybe Gachagua was one of those people who sponsored this petition, you know, to have the activists forward a petition to the High Court in Kiambu. If you follow the proceedings of last year, even Ndindi Nyoro was not in agreement of the Nadco. Ndindi Nyoro went public.
Hata mazungumzo either waharakishe wamalize haraka ama wawachane nayo. Juu mimi naona hii mazungumzo mingi nasikia huko Nairobi, mimi nikipima inaweza kosa kusaidia sana.
Amaso Jeffa Kingi also went public and distanced himself from that formulation of that the Nadco team. So that is why Raila Amolo Odinga thinks that the executive or the Kenya Kwanza people are going to bed with the courts. Probably they are advising courts on what to do, and the courts are probably agreeing to what needs to be done. I don't know, maybe that's what Raila Amolo Odinga means. Because what does he mean by saying that the courts are going to bed with the executive at the time when we know that the courts or the judiciary is totally independent and the executive is independent? Maybe Raila Amolo Odinga is making those statements because of what happened between January, I think between last year to end of January, where William Ruto attacked the judiciary, a matter that forced Martha Koome to go to State House, have a meeting with William Ruto over these matters of attack on the courts. So I don't know, but I'm just thinking that that could be a position also. So ladies and gentlemen, what do you make of this statement by Raila Amolo Odinga saying and trailing his guns on Martha Koome because he believes that Martha Koome the team could be responsible for sabotaging the Nadco report? Just call below the comment section and tell us what you think about that. So perhaps if you watch this video and you have not subscribed, please take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Till you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.